Welcome to the Level Up Lounge, your cozy, chaotic corner of conversation where we delve into the worlds of gaming, pop culture, and mental health. My name's Anthony, and with me is Nick, and we hope you enjoy this episode. Keep your sweaty hands to yourself.
Welcome back to the Level Up Lounge podcast.
That's right. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. My name is Anthony, and with me, as always, is...
Sweaty hands. Nah, Nick. We've got Nick.
Sweaty hands McGee.
Well, they're sweaty now that I've touched you.
Well, you shouldn't have touched me then.
I wanted to.
Okay, fair enough. As you might be able to see, we've got new mics.
Mm-hmm.
So that's or here, you might be able to hear it on the podcast. You got new mics. And I believe I've listened to them a fair bit.
They're pretty chunky, and I like them.
They're heavy.
They're thick boys with two C's.
Thick boys with two C's. But last week we unfortunately had to miss the.
It's like kids watching kids bickering. It is, guys. It is.
We had to miss a podcast because I was sick. I was very sick. I missed a full week of content.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Every area. And it was rough. It was really rough. I think it was just the flu, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Yeah, well, you got sick, and then what? You got over it.
No, I think a little bit of it's still lingering.
And then I got sick.
Yeah, but yours was different than mine.
Mine was out both ends. It was it was not good. It was not good. I don't think I've ever had anything like that before, and I never want it again.
Yeah, no. So gastro, yeah.
Yes,
that's what you're expecting anyway.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had it before.
We had it peak COVID lockdowns just before you guys came across actually, and Addy got it.
Oh, that would have been horrible. Terrible.
No, it wasn't peak. It was during that weird time where people were allowed to go back to do some things.
Yeah.
And Addie went back to daycare. Oh. And I remember getting the email from daycare saying gastro, what's it called? Gastronitis. No, gastro. Gastro's going around. And we were like, oh, please, no, don't. and then that night Addie threw up and we were like, here we go. So we called up Kayla's sister and was just like, Gatorade, please.
Gatorade.
Dry Bickies, whatever you can get us. And that was
I went to work, projectile vomited, went to the boss, said, I got to go home. And like I described it to you before, a little bit of vomit in the beard, a little bit teary in the eyes, sweaty. And he's like, looked at me and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Went home. I got outside of work, vomited, got to the road, vomited, which is a 10-meter walk. Got to my car, vomited in the gutter, made it home.
Oh, yuck.
Didn't vomit in the car. Got home, went to the toilet. Don't need to explain that. Laid down on the couch and slept for about 12 to 16 hours.
Yeah, no.
Then I didn't eat for almost 3 days.
No, and that's the worst part about it. One of my friends, their kids had it. And they skipped.
Well, even yesterday, even yesterday, like I made dinner for the kids and I went down to the shop and I bought like pizza bases and stuff. And I was like, I really want some pizza, and they loved it.
And this is why you were feeling better. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not good, but better. And then Zoe come home as well. And I made her one as well because why not? And she was like, this is, it's not the best pizza, but it's good.
Yeah.
I can taste it. It's all good. And I'm sitting there going, tastes like ass. Like everything has the most bland, basic, non-tasting taste that is any descriptor.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Yeah,
and I'm like eating this. It's got like garlic sauce. It's got cherry tomatoes. It's got a little bit of pepperoni, like things with high salt flavor, cheese, feta.
I couldn't taste it.
I couldn't taste it.
There was
or what I could taste was the acidity of the tomato. That was it.
Yeah.
And the crunchiness of the pizza dough. Like, I put it in the fridge and I'm like, I'll eat this later, and I didn't.
I had a similar thing with
must be because
COVID.
Somebody else ate it.
I lost my sense of smell and lost my sense of taste. It was the weirdest thing.
See, I would have been happy with that. Not being able to taste anything. I would have eaten.
No, it sucked.
Oh, no, I would have sucked, but at least it wouldn't have tasted
because
bad.
You don't realize how
much
taste changes the feeling of texture.
Oh, definitely.
Because without taste, some things are gross.
Yes. I imagine strawberries would be gross without taste.
I didn't try any strawberries. I tried beans.
Oh, stringy, chewy.
That was not fun.
No.
Anyway, gaming podcast, right?
Yeah, no. So I'm good now. I'm good, and we're here. We've got some things like, you know, you need a little mini life update. You know, I've been sick. You've been sick. I spent the weekend in Melbourne. Had a great time.
Yeah, how was that actually? Before we get into the gaming,
it was really good. Went over to their place on Friday night. Jumped on a train. Saturday morning, went to Melbourne, hung out. Went to the Airbnb. It was good. Put all our shit away, and then went down to the shops. We come back. They got ready. Went off to their thing. Had a lot of fun. I walked the streets as you do.
Yeah, why not?
Because they went to a hen's night.
Well, you could have gone.
I could have gone, but you know, they went to Witches and Britches.
Oh yeah.
Which she loved absolutely.
I haven't been past there since What's the name of that concert hall? The festival hall. I haven't been past there since festival hall closed down. Yeah, closed down.
Well, it looks. She sent me lots of photos. It looks amazing inside, and I really would like to go.
Apparently, it's amazing.
When we go to PAX, we should swing by if we got time.
If we've got time, it's always the hardest part of PAX.
And then went to the Vic Markets. It was really nice. Bought the kids some earrings, and I was looking at like one of those copper Viking bracelets for myself. I was like, I really, really want a bracelet, and it was really nice. And I was like, I'll come back tomorrow. Never did.
That's always the way.
Went and had some dinner. I just had a wrap because I just went to a little cafe and they were not cooking anymore, and I was a bit sad by that. And then went back home. And the next day, we walked around DFO and Central Melbourne, just checking out different shops, different dress shops, and I bought myself some new shoes, some new pants, some new shirts.
Looking fancy.
Looking fancy.
Fancy.
My shiny new shoes. And then we bought more things. Spent way too much money.
As you do.
Then jumped on a train. Went back home. Go back to Play Place. Unpacked their stuff, my stuff. Sorted it all out. Rebagged the bags because the bag was heavy. I do not ever want to take a football bag, like gym bag, to Melbourne ever again.
Oh, and then pack everything into it and bring it back.
It weighed about, I swear to God, it weighed about 20 kilos.
Yeah.
Hanging off my neck. Oh, never again.
You haven't been to the gym this week, have you?
No, I've been sick and dead.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah,
got Daniel's Donuts. Sorry, I should mention that.
You got Daniel Donuts?
No, I got Daniel's Donuts.
Daniel's Donuts are good.
I got the cheesecake ones and the lemon cheesecake ones and the blueberry cheesecake ones and the custard ones.
I got all of them.
I got 6 different donuts. Loved them all. Got home. I think I got back Sunday about 10 o'clock.
Yep.
At night. And then crashed here. And then, woke up. No good.
Sick.
Yeah, literally.
Probably dumplings.
Yeah, quite possible. They were good dumplings. Like the first lot were good. I had chicken ones, which were really good. Loved them. And then I had the Wagyu beef ones. It was good. But
the trick with those bags is to link your arm through the smaller handles so it's not just your neck holding the weight.
That's what I ended up doing, Sane, because I was in so much pain. And then I actually went to a fish shop as well, and I saw some fish that I really want to buy.
That's right, because you like fish, don't you?
Yep. Yeah. But I couldn't justify buying them in Melbourne, taking them on the train.
On the train, yeah.
All the way back to here from there, which is like a 3.5 hour drive from where we are.
Yeah, that would have been
a friend's place, and then being sick for 3 days, and then going home on Thursday.
Look, it wouldn't be the only time you flush in the toilet.
Exactly. So not that I could predict that I was going to be sick, so I didn't buy any fish, sadly.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, gaming news.
Let's go. What do we got?
I'm going to go first this week because I've got one that I've got 2 that I'm really excited about. Well, not really excited about, but I definitely want to talk about. The first one up is so Larian Studios, the people who did Baldur's Gate,
have
have basically come out and said that they're not looking to do Baldur's Gate 4 or any DLC for Baldur's Gate.
I'm a little bit surprised about the DLC, honestly.
Especially because not that long ago they were talking about DLC.
Exactly. I'm not too fussed about Baldur's Gate 4.
Neither am I.
Like, honestly, I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 is a really good close to the Baldur's Gate series. And it happens in the D&D world, which has got, if they were to do another D&D style game.
No, so they're moving away from the D&D IP altogether.
Yeah, no, I get that. But like, if they were to come back, they've got like, you know, Waterdeep, they've got all those different things that they have access to that they could make something of. But I'm really not surprised. I wonder what they'll do next.
Well, they do Divinity.
Divinity? Oh, I didn't like Divinity, the
Original Sin.
Original Sin.
Yeah.
I did, but didn't like that game.
I want to give it a shot because it looks, by the look of it, it looks very similar to Baldur's Gate.
I have a feeling that's why I didn't like it at the time, because when I did first try this, I was very much into games like Divine Divinity, which is very much open world RPG, Diablo, open world sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Not turn-based at all, which, I don't know, it really turned me off at the time. And I don't know if you can turn the turn-based aspect of the game off or not.
I wouldn't want to. Baldur's Gate 3, look, when I went into Baldur's Gate 3, I was like, I'm not 100% sure about the turn-based
I had
aspect,
to play turn-based.
But in saying that, probably after about 3 hours in Baldur's Gate, I was like, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is great. I love
When
this.
I did play it, when it first came into early access and all that, like obviously I haven't played it in release yet, which I know is silly. I played for a little bit without the turn-based on, and I'd found I just couldn't manage the characters properly.
Yeah.
Whereas if I paused it, I was able to manage them and use their abilities to what I would consider the fullest with my limited knowledge on that sort of stuff. But yeah, and explore the characters and get to know them and play the ones that I like to play. And
the one thing they did mention was mod support.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah,
which they've already gone crazy with. Modders have already gone nuts with Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I know.
There is so like you can make.
I know.
Not in that way.
No, not in the CC style for like Sims and stuff. I was more thinking like the Shrek mods and like Thomas the Tank Engine.
There are mods out there to make Shadowheart wear less clothes.
Oh yeah, of course there is. There's always
you can already do that in the game. But anyway, regardless of that,
I'm sure it's a figure overhaul or something like that.
Tell
us about that one, Anthony.
There is no. I've only seen it on a TikTok. Awkward silence. There are mods to like open up the party max. You can have,
you can have like six to 10 people in your party instead of only 4.
Yep,
that'd be cool because then you can take all of your companions. Yeah, which makes more sense, honestly. But obviously, you don't want to do that because you don't want to break the game.
Yeah, the hard part about it, having all the companions, would be the skill, like the challenge level.
Yeah,
would get pretty low pretty quickly.
Yeah, I know, but it does become a little bit more representative of a full D&D team. Not
really. Like we've only got 5 in ours, so that's one more player.
But you can have up to like 8.
You could, but then
obviously that becomes hard to manage.
At that point in time, you've got a DM who's also scaling it up.
Yes.
Where in Baldur's Gate,
well, I guess you can turn the difficulty up, but I get what you mean.
Tactician with four players isn't. It's hard, but it's not impossible. If I had one more player, the Tactician, I would have
breeze through it. Yeah.
Probably not breeze through it, but like it would have been Skyrim style easy. If
the Skyrim modding community is anything to go by, and same with the Sims 4 modding community, with like obviously they've got their secret mods, which are amazing, and then they've also got like just a standard mods that add their own content and all that sort of stuff. Like if it's anything like that, then it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
And there are some incredibly talented people out there.
Oh yeah.
Like,
there's some dedicated people out
there. And there is some amazing mods for a lot of games. And it's one of my favorite. Look, I don't want to go on a little bit of a tangent, but one of the things that I love to do these days is I don't play Skyrim. I mod it.
Yeah.
And then I launch the game, wait for it to crash, figure out why it crashed, fix it, launch it, play it for about 10 minutes and go, shit, I'm bored.
Yeah.
This is not what I come here for.
That's just because it's Skyrim.
Yeah, but I did that with
times.
I've done it with like Dragon Age, Inquisition. Like I modded the hell out of that. Loved it. Played it for about 20 minutes before I removed all the mods and went back to normal. Except for one like a content their community patch.
But why though? Why spend so much time to not?
I don't know.
You just like the vanilla experience?
Yeah. I just got bored because I wasn't modding the game anymore.
It was the actual modding of it.
Yes.
You're like, it's the anticipation. It's like, oh, I can't wait until I can have this gun. I can't wait until I can have this character. And then you put it in, you're like,
I did the same.
I kind of just want to play the original.
I did the same with Starfield. I installed a bunch of mods, played for a little bit, and then just went back. Except for some like character customization stuff.
Yeah. I usually just do, for me, a lot of my mods in any games are just quality of life mods.
Yes.
So like Stardew Valley, is it Stardew?
Yeah.
No. Don't Starve.
Well, Stardew allows you. One of the mods is a tractor.
Yes,
so you can buy a tractor and use that to farm your farm. Makes some like, especially if you unlock the end game farm where you unlock every little plot. It takes a whole day just to use your hoe to hoe it up.
Although these days there is the Junimo huts.
Yes,
where you have little collectors.
Very end game.
Yes, very end game.
And you have to have finished the either bought out and replaced the community center with a JoJo thing.
Not end game anymore, actually.
No.
No.
Well, I know you can do it in the first year.
Because they got the island.
Oh, true. I forgot about the island. Yeah.
Which is a full another game.
We need to do some Stardew playthroughs. I think. I haven't
especially
played that
recently. We'll get to that in a second.
Sorry.
Apologies.
You're apologized.
So I think the big thing that I sort of thought about with the Larian moving away from Baldur's Gate is Baldur's Gate was massive. Huge. Game of the year?
I think it was. It took long time in development. The early access was huge.
The game, I'm pretty sure it was game of the year. It still is huge now. Like, for instance, the voice actors have got a D&D campaign happening.
Yes.
Which has then also gone and changed some of the parts in the game.
Yes.
Massive. D&D fans are going nuts over it. Or the voice actors, I mean.
I've found that there's a bit of a schism between D&D fans and Baldur's Gate fans because of the way that it plays.
But it's usually people who haven't played D&D coming across from Baldur's Gate. Yes. But D&D fans
why I say Baldur's Gate fans.
D&D fans who are playing Baldur's Gate have got no issue with it whatsoever.
Yeah, that's why I say Baldur's Gate fans and D&D fans.
Yes. But it's a quick, like, man, if you're, like, okay. Listen.
Here we go.
Listen,
Linda, listen.
If you are a DM,
Zoom in on his face,
and you have a new player coming in from Baldur's Gate 3, don't trash them. Teach them. Be glad that you've got a new player coming in to this game that we love. I hate seeing it on TikTok when you've got a GM that's like, oh, these new players from Baldur's Gate 3 and they just think insight rolls are just automatic and like, oh, don't play with us then.
No, of course.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, no, it's a gatekeeping.
It's such a good game. Teach them. Be like, oh,
Well, a good DM will teach them.
Yes, exactly. But I hate seeing it portrayed on social media as like GMs are always like that.
Oh, no, see, I have the opposite for my GMs and stuff. I've got GMs who are like, one of the ones, I think I've sent you a few of them, where he plays, obviously, as a character and then explaining to the DM his thoughts on a character build.
Is that guy that
the skinny dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, hey DM, I've got an idea for a thing. It's like, oh, all right, here we go. What have you got for me now? Goes on to explain the most broken and overpowered character you could possibly think of, and he's like, I like it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Like, you want something like that, encourage the player's creativity. And
I seen one recently that was hey GM. He's like, yeah. He's like, what is it? Is it heat water or whatever it is? Control water? What's that bloody spell? Anyway, you can control the temperature of water, right? And he's like, yeah. And he goes, would you agree that the body is mostly made up of water? And he's like, 90% I'd agree with that. He's like, so I could use this spell to boil this person, your BBEG, alive. And he was like,
technically, yes.
And he's like, and because it's a cantrip, I can just keep doing it.
Yes.
And he's like, He's like, cool. That's the end of the video.
I've been seeing some really good Viva La Dirt League ones about that as well. Like
those dudes are awesome.
Like they did one where I think they've come across a door and Rowan has the key to the door, but he doesn't know that because his character's apparently an idiot. And then the DM is like, oh, you know, do you remember that amulet that you were given a little while ago? And he looks down and is like, hang on a minute, where did I get this? and then there's like, you notice that the amulet is the same shape as the hole in the door. Maybe it's a key. And for some reason, Rowan's singing at the door trying to get it to open. And then the party's all like, oh, you know, does all this. It's like, and then he tries to explain to him, and then he gets it, and he's like, oh, maybe I'll, and he waves it around the door while singing, and the DM's like, you unlock the door. And the rest of the players are like, why? Come on. Well, no.
We could have been here for an hour, please.
And he's like, I've got a lot to get through tonight. I've got to work in the morning. Let's just
get through it.
And they're all like, yeah, fair.
I get that. There's been, okay, so.
We've had some fun with some puzzles.
It's not many times that I do this. It's not many times that I do that, but
sometimes you have to,
I have definitely done it before where I'm just like, and then, or it might be an NPC. The NPC recalls some information, or something like that. Yeah.
Especially when like the players are just rolling horrendously and not asking the right question,
or the players are trying so hard not to metagame.
Yes,
and it's like the person knows the answer.
Yeah,
they're like, can I see anything around the room? Roll a perception check.
And it's horrible.
It's a 2. You see nothing. Can I try again? Sure.
Yeah.
It's a 4. You still see nothing.
Yeah, and that's when you just give up.
And then they're like, can someone else check the door? And then everyone else rolls like under a 10, and you're like, okay, no one in here is seeing anything at all. And it just gets hard. So then eventually you got to do something like, then you hear a small noise and the door suddenly opens.
Yeah.
But you've got to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
It was like you the other day with the punching.
Rolling really well.
Yeah. Because it was almost a TPK.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
It would have been.
It was a death.
There was, yeah.
Yeah. And it was literally because you couldn't hit anything.
Just the rolls.
As a monk.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Which is insane because, like, as an artificer, I was hitting big hits, which was really nice.
And that's who we're talking about, Chaotix. We're talking about Viva La Dirt League. I love those dudes.
And then Sane was making her rolls and trying to attack, and it was just not a good time. And then I didn't realize that she was down. I could have saved her.
Yeah, multiple
with
times.
my superior healing character. And then, luckily, well, I don't know how it's going to play out, but as we, ended the session, we hit level 9 and I got access to Revivify, but because we ended combat within a certain amount of time, depending on what happens and stuff. So
we'll see. We'll see.
I'm excited either way. See what happens. Not like,
I know what happens.
I know you know what happens, but nobody cares. All right, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that was a stressful fight. It was a good fight.
It was, muchacho.
It was very interesting because the rolls just weren't going
for anybody, really.
For anyone. No, even the creatures.
Nah.
The creatures were missing.
Oh, no, we would have been absolutely wiped with one of those things.
Yeah, 100%. There was a couple of times where I think it was especially against Reptar. There was like 3 hits that should have hit him, but each one missed, and he had a superiority die that he could use to do what was it, riposte.
Yep.
Which did a fair bit of damage and allowed for, at least the fight was finished. I know we lost one, but the fight got finished.
Well, we could have lost everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm so keen to see what happens.
That was a good session though.
That was a really good session.
Like I really liked that my someone made me fall through the floor. I was just about to mention that. So as an artificer, I've got a friend, a little, what do you call it? Steel defender. And I cast spider climb on it and made it climb up the wall and onto the roof above a doorway in a tower. And then commanded it to drop when the enemy walked through the door. I didn't take into consideration that the floor was wooden and that Muchacho's character was standing so close to where it would drop. And it fell through 2 floors. He went with it.
Hey, Trix.
It was really
Welcome.
good. It was really good.
You even said it, though. You were like, Kasane said, I don't know whether you heard her, though.
I did, because I tried to position it so that nobody would fall through, but I don't think you were listening.
No, you told me exactly. I asked you. We had a map there. I asked you.
I'm kidding.
I said, where do you want to put it? Specifically, where did you want to put it? And you were like, I want to put it right here. Yeah. I'm like, okay. Okay. And you were like, what's the floor made out of? I was like, wood, wooden beams, all that sort of stuff. And then I grabbed out the book.
I didn't hear you say wooden floor. I thought it was all stone.
Yeah. I grabbed out the book and I was like, all right, how much damage is this actually going to do to the floor? And I was like, oh, enough.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
It was funny though.
No regrets.
On to the next.
Yeah, sorry about that.
On to the next.
Sorry about that, people. Welcome in, Trix.
Stardew Valley's had an update.
How's it now? I did hear about this.
Yes, it is massive.
Briefly. I have barely been near any sort of.
It is massive. There are so many changes. They've got 2 new festivals.
New NPC dialogues.
I think it's 2 new festivals.
Start.
They've got the new mastery system.
Ooh, 2 mini fishing festivals. And
they've got the new farm type, Meadowlands.
Summer event. That's cool.
Which starts you off with a coop and 2 chickens. There's more of a animal breeding style one.
Yeah.
New dialogues.
I do like the idea
options.
for dialogues because it's been the same sort of stuff.
Multiple pets.
Oh, missing dialogue.
Multiple pets.
Yeah, you can get me. Yeah, see that never made sense to me, but at the same time it did.
Ginger Island. There's a golden parrot.
I wonder if there's a lot of gingers up in there.
There's a golden parrot on Ginger Island now that you can pay to get all of the.
Don't you shake your head at me.
Luna, welcome in.
Welcome in, Luna.
There is mystery boxes.
Out of the big tree.
4 new crops.
Oh yeah, carrots. So you got squash, summer squash. So pumpkin, carrots, broccoli, and powder melon.
Yeah, powder melon. Have you never heard of that?
No.
It's the thing that you use when you're putting on makeup. The powder melon.
Oh
you tap it in the makeup and then
those round teardrop looking things. Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's a blender. The little soft thing that you tap in the powder stuff. Powder melon.
Blush.
Powder melon your face.
Blush.
Sure. Yeah, it's called powder melon. Oh no, what happened?
Me and Sana making eye contact over here going,
we can't see
what
chat
the hell? Laptop.
Keep reading through it while I fix that.
Yeah, of course. So we've got a bait maker. Ooh, mushroom logs. Produce mushrooms. A dehydrator, which that's actually really cool. Bigger chest, more storage. That's a long time coming. Of course, Windows update. Heavy makes more bars. A fish smoker. Was there not text signs in the game to begin with? I didn't know that. Depends. Anvil, which allows you to reroll trinkets. That's pretty cool. Mini forge, which acts as a dwarvish forge. What can you do with a dwarvish forge?
Make dwarvish weapons.
So statues of blessing, statue of the dwarf king, tent kits for the desert. Oh, allows you to be slept.
So you can sleep away for 1 day. So if you want to do mines 2 days in a row.
Yeah, you take a tent.
You spend the whole day there.
Yeah.
Sleep in the tent.
Spend the whole day there again. Treasure totems, which is cool. I like the seeds. Mystic
Sonar bobber, which shows the fish on your line before you catch it.
Ooh. Deluxe worm bin can upgrade his stuff.
25 new hats.
Skill books. Book of stars. Oh, Gant's experience in all skills. That's actually really cool.
Golden animal crackers.
Raisins, which have a special use.
They're just rabbit droppings.
7 new trinkets. That's cool.
Added a gobby fish. What's a gobby fish?
Wouldn't you like to know? I like the Star Drop tea. That sounds cool.
What is a gobby fish?
No, I'm reading that. Oh, what's a gobby fish? No, that's not a gobby fish.
Okay.
Or is it? His mouth's
open. Is it said differently?
Goby.
Is it goby?
Gooby. Gobby. His mouth's open.
Okay.
Oh.
But there's a lot. The point I was going to make about this, right?
Mannequins. I like that.
The farm computer.
The farm computer can never. Wait, it's a farm computer.
There's a farm computer.
We haven't played in a long time.
Yeah, apparently I haven't played. Turtle pets.
New dogs and cats. 8 new. I need to play this. This is one of the games that I've almost got all the achievements for. I'm pretty sure. One of them,
the arcade ones are insane.
Here now sells random items. I like that.
Iridium golem.
Terrifying. New anchors, which is cool. Baby toss, and then see changes for mod authors. So, okay. So some of these things are modded items that he's adding into the game by the sounds of it.
So the big thing I wanted to say about this though is look at this update. This is massive.
Yeah, it's one person. I know.
Right?
Yeah. And it's been one person pretty much. Well, so by the sounds of it, some of these items that are being added into the game are made by people, like they're mods that he's been like, hey, I really like this idea. I'm going to incorporate that into the game.
Yes, yeah.
So I agree. Like it's still.
I find it really weird when you look at games like.
Well, Terraria is made by a team of I think 4.
Yep.
And they're still adding a lot of content.
Yeah. But you look at games like I don't know, like big games. I'm thinking stuff like I'm struggling to think of the game.
Call of Duty.
No, Destiny.
Destiny.
But you pay a lot of money, and then you pay your season pass.
Oh, don't even.
And then each update has about a quarter of this.
I hate.
And yes, I understand graphically and everything else. Destiny is a lot more.
The season pass,
but
so much.
It's like
March 19th.
It's already out.
Interesting.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to jump into this. Yeah, we're gonna have to jump into this at some point.
Yes. I haven't been touching it just yet. Because thank you.
Oh, we got a chat. Like dried out melon. What a powder melon is. Oh. He's still stuck on the powder melon makeup. Yeah. Don't worry about that, Burjo. Don't worry about that.
I'll mute myself again. Did you want to bring up one of your ones?
Almost kind of open source approach. You see it a lot in open source. One person does almost everything for crazy about important software. Exactly. Like it's, especially in gaming. Whoa. Especially you nearly took that drink with you, buddy. Yeah, it's such an impressive thing to see. You want to talk about one of my topics, you say? Let's go with Foundry. Is a a new game that is a cross between, from what I understand, Satisfactory, Factorio, and stuff like that. So if you're a big fan of Satisfactory like me, and I'm going to sneeze, it's very much like that. Very much organizational, mining and building and exploring. So you can, as you can see in this picture here, and for those of you who are listening on the podcast, it's just a bunch of conveyor belts that look amazing. Neat, tidy, perfect. I played Satisfactory near release and decided to wait for more to be done again before playing again. Oh, Chaotix, I recommend it again. There is so much more in there since then. But this, it's also multiplayer, which is I'm really, really keen to give a go because I think Anthony would really like this game. And probably Sane and a couple of other my friends. And it just looks like it would be a lot of fun. I really like the art style of it. I really like the idea of being able to set up a really organized, neat, tidy factory. It's one of the things that I love about Factorio is, you can spread out across the entire map and yet organizing everything and then just having a really good time. And like, yeah, you can, it's just, look at that. Oh, I'm in love. And you get to play as a little robot, which I think is a unique idea on things because, most planets you play as a human, most games, not planets. And it just, look at that, Ant. Like, I reckon you'd really like this game. It kind of gives me...
Is it multiplayer?
Yes. It kind of gives me a little bit of a Minecraft vibe because it's very blocky, very voxel looking. But have you played Satisfactory?
No. So,
what about
TV?
Have you played Factorio?
No.
Wow. You like to organize things and, have things sorted out and automated and all that sort of stuff, yeah? Are you saying yes or no? Yeah, he does. Like it just. I have you ever played what's the name of the game? Hydroneer at all?
Astroneer?
Hydroneer, not Astroneer.
No, I haven't played Hydroneer.
That's also a really good game. But no, it's gone now. I'm really excited to give that a go and see what that, because I think I saw some YouTubers play it and it looked really good. You have 900 hours in Factorio though? Yeah, beautiful. Have we talked about Last Epoch? I don't think we have.
Not yet. Have you seen much about it?
I don't even know what it is.
All right, I'll talk about it in a little bit.
Okay. You're going to force Ant to play the Factorio demo and encourage him to play. Oh, don't worry about 4. I will.
It's something that's definitely been on my list after playing what was it called?
Oh, maybe I have.
Can you go into my Steam? Oh no, is it on my Steam library? No, it's not on my Steam library. Never mind.
What is it?
It's a factory style game, but you're on an alien planet.
Satisfactory?
No. We've had this conversation
Planet
in the podcast
Crafter?
before. No. And recent, was it last year? I think it was last year.
Teamwork makes the dream work, Yodix.
And basically you're finding, you land there, you don't have any knowledge, and you find remnants, you scan them, get the tech, and then you can start building stuff. And a lot of it is about power generation, pretty much. But it was really good. Dyson Sphere, no, I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, I'll find it.
It does sound pretty cool though.
It was what was it called?
I don't know. You're telling a story. You're trying to find that.
I did play a lot of it.
One of the other things that is probably going to hype a lot of people and probably piss a lot of other people off, the Sims 4 movie is looking to be produced or being produced. Margot Robbie is going to be involved in that, who did Barbie, from what I understand, really well. I haven't seen too much about it. I saw a little bit on TikTok and a little bit on YouTube, and people are like, they're cut and dry. People are either super excited or not excited at all. I'm excited because I've got a lot of friends who love and play
The other
Sims.
thing though,
Yeah.
before you go too much further, all that's happened is they've had a sit down meeting.
No, I know, but still, with the Minecraft movie being made, with the Barbie movie being made and being so successful, with the Bowser movie or whatever it was being made and also being incredibly successful,
Yeah.
I have a feeling that this will get a go ahead. With the amount of expansions that The Sims 4 has, a movie isn't going to take.
What would it be about? Well, considering Margot Robbie's last, the Barbie film was it was grounded in heavy, female empowerment and stuff like that. So they'll probably
and
use
also a little bit of male empowerment with Ken.
Yeah. They'll probably use
need to go
it
see that.
in some way of self autonomy or
It's either that or it'll be portrayed in the other side of things where you walk into a room and you're like,
oh, they'll definitely have those sorts of jokes. They'll definitely have those sorts of jokes. There's a family going for years and years that would make an interesting story.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, Kayla's. She's got, I think it's I don't know. She's been playing the same family since before we started dating.
That's scary. That's scary.
What are we talking? 14, 15 years next year.
You know what players would come up with, not the company itself. Well, I imagine that a lot of the company would take advice from, or not necessarily advice, but content creators and stuff like that, because you've got the 100 baby challenge, rags to riches. You've got.
I'd love to see that movie.
Oh, definitely. You've got so many options and stuff like that you could do. It'd be like 101 Dalmatians, except Sims. And just the little things could you imagine being a Sim in the movie? You're swimming in the pool and a ladder disappears.
Yeah, there's going to be, maybe it is something like that. Maybe it's going to be something along
I hope it's comedic.
It might be something along the way of almost like the Matrix. The Sims figure out that they're in a sim world.
I would like for it to be a really
horror movie,
really serious movie, but also a horror movie at the same time, but also comedic, because you're going to need that. It's Sims. It's funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's not funny to lock somebody in the room, build walls around them, and take the door away. Or
it is at the time, but if you were to do that,
yeah,
then it's not funny. Yeah.
But to make that a mix of a comedy / horror movie, I think would be really successful.
Yes, yeah.
Like the Scream movies, yeah. Like that would
but
be.
no, I don't. It'll have some sort of
Comedic
it'll
horror
have some
would be
sort
good.
of meaning.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see what happens and where it goes with it.
Going back to that game, Tectonica.
Yes, I have heard of that.
Yes, so Tectonica was the game that I played. I probably put about 200 hours into it.
Yeah, no, you'd love Satisfactory.
But I got it to a point, and this is where I always drop off. Okay. I got it to a point where it was so automated that when I wanted to do a project, all I did was wait.
Yeah.
I pressed a couple of buttons and waited. I'd wait for like an hour, and that's where I started losing interest.
That's where it gets to the point. That's the very end game sort of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
well, but that was the issue. It wasn't end game stuff.
Oh.
So I still had a lot to explore and a lot to unlock.
So you sort of progressed a little bit.
I would just I like efficiency.
Yeah, it's not so much that you progressed or anything. It's more that you went hard on the efficiency and automation stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, which I 100% agree with. And that's why I've stopped playing Satisfactory myself, is I hit a point where, press a couple of buttons, order a bunch of things up, or you'd automate everything, go to a chest, take what you need to craft what you want, go to a different area, set up a new factory, link it up, and rinse and repeat, which still was a lot of fun.
One factory building something when he needed 100. No, more like I had
100 factories for when he needed one of something.
One of something. But it was at a point where it was like, I needed, for like in that regard, I'd need like a whole bunch of, I don't know, metal plating as well as copper coils.
Yeah.
And it was an insane amount to unlock the next recipe. Because in that one, you feed it into this main thing and you unlock recipes, right? So it might have been like something like 40,000 metal pieces and something else. So because I usually don't use that many metal plates, I'd have my one factory running it through and then I'd just have to wait. So I just sat there.
Yeah, and then eventually...
the next progression point, I'd smash through it because the rest of my factories would just smash it out.
Yeah,
and then I'm back at that sort of what's the word? Like choke point.
Yes, yeah. No, and then you'd think about ways to overhaul that to make it more efficient, and then you're back to square one.
And then I was like, well, I could make more metal plating, but I literally only use it for one or two things.
Yes.
Bad gameplay balancing from the devs point, maybe
sort of.
Probably just more me becoming obsessed with doing one thing.
Yeah, I think you'll find it's more user error because I've got hundreds of hours in Satisfactory, and like I have hit a point where I do get a little bit bored, but then you progress into the next set of technology, and then a bunch of things unlock, new buildings unlock, and then you spend the next 25 hours working on that, making that efficient, building that up, and then linking it all back up and running across the world so that you can find these materials. But it's, I do understand, because then you get to a point where you...
Same thing. Reminds me of playing Minecraft with automation mods. I did it on Tekkit as well. Way back in the day, there was a mod called Tekkit for Minecraft.
Yes.
And it had there was a chest that when you pump stuff in, it gives it a value. And then you can use that. Yes, yeah. And then you can use that value to make whatever you wanted.
Equivalent exchange, baby.
And I'd get to the point in that Minecraft thing where me and my brother-in-law would just have our game running. We're like, we need, 100,000 of this. So then we just do that, go and watch a movie. It's like at that point in time, we're not even playing the game.
Hey, Dane. Yeah, see, that's what I like about the Quest mod packs.
Yeah,
because it gives you a bit of a goal and it gives you a bit of a purpose, and it also outlines the end game.
Yes,
because especially when it comes to EMC, where you can craft things that are worth millions of EMC, especially end game, very easily. But then you get to that point and you can build creative items to give you, and then obviously when you complete the mod pack, you move into another one.
That's at the time I didn't know I
don't think at the time of Tekkit they existed.
There was other mod packs.
No, but they didn't have questing mod packs.
Yeah, Hexit.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, like, I played a little bit of Hexit, and I'm more talking like your Skyblock packs that you've got these days. Like you've got Sky Factory and
progression.
Yeah. Sorry,
but I see those as very similar.
Yeah, I know, but they outline what you can do, and you don't necessarily have to stick to the quest, because just because they say you should do one thing, you can build another thing to help build that thing, and then yeah, it's all that's more about teaching the mods and all that sort of stuff. But no, I do love that stuff.
But
I think we digressed a smidgen there. I
What
don't even
were
really
we
know
talking
what we're
about?
talking about, to be honest. So what are we looking at here? What are we looking at?
Meta has dropped the price of the Quest 2 for under $200.
Is it any good?
I don't know. I've heard it's got good parts.
Should we buy one?
Look, absurdly good price for a still good standalone VR headset.
Should we buy one? Or is this $200 US?
I think it's $200 US.
About 270, 320.
It's still pretty good. Because I know that a lot of people have been buying the Meta Quest 2 instead of the Apple headset. Because they're like, why would I spend $4,000 when I can spend
250
bucks? And I think Meta's probably gone, let's sell some units, baby.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about the Quest 3. But I'm pretty sure the Quest 2 runs everything we'd need it to run.
Well, I agree, but to see that Dane's just said, a Pukatron, never going to buy a VR again. The problem with VR is that if you don't run it at a really high refresh rate, you will vomit.
No.
It has to be at a high refresh rate. Anything
you should play
anything less than 60 makes me sick.
Oh, the PlayStation VR is not that good, and especially in Skyrim, it runs really bad. But I don't get sick from it.
Oh, well, I found anything less than 60 frames consistent. No, can't do it. It has to be at least 60. That's why I really enjoyed Beat Saber, with the Oculus Quest, because like my computer ran it well.
Yeah. I do want to get.
It's one of the ways that the brain perceives motion.
Yeah,
is obviously when we look around, we don't see in 60 frames per second.
I do,
but that's what most screens and stuff operate for you to not get sick.
Yes, yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. Like obviously TVs run at 35 or 32 or whatever it is, but that's different again because it's a lot bigger of a screen.
Yeah, I didn't struggle.
Sit further away.
So Machacho's saying Resident Evil on VR maybe never want to play one again.
But
was that because it was scared?
Yeah.
Because it was too immersive? Or
because
I thought the Resident Evil one was really, really good.
I really loved Senua's Sacrifice in VR.
I need to play that on VR actually.
Because it's just, and even playing with the mouse and keyboard or the controller, it was still amazing. And you got the surround sound voices, and then you're looking around, trying to move the microphone with my mouse so you can still hear me. Trying to spot these voices and like the people walking around you, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Or in the boat when you're first coming in, and you're like looking around at this beautiful friggin' scenery, and
no, when they start really getting it, and they're like, not that way.
Exactly.
Not that way. You're like, what? Why? Where?
Or like when you're in a battle and it's like left.
Yes.
Or they dodge, or all that sort of stuff. Like and you just, especially for the first time not experiencing, you're
such
like,
a
what
good
the hell?
game. I'm really looking forward to the second one. We've spoken about that before.
When I started throwing karate moves at the enemies, when I called it quits. So it wasn't the VR, it was the horror. See,
that's the best thing about the VR. You got those goggles on, and there's other people watching you. You sit there going,
yeah. That's why I play VR by myself. But no, we definitely should do some stuff like that.
Yes,
and maybe we should invest in one or two of those, and we can do some of the things that we wanted to do for one. Then we could also do some actual VR, because I reckon some VR games would be fun to play.
Yes,
like I can't remember the game that I put in the Discord the other day. What was it? You mentioned it before, Sane. The game that I put in the Discord, the horror one.
Fury. Fatal.
Sorry.
Jackal.
I will learn how to do VR, but I have bad motion sickness. Yeah, so that's why
Jackal.
Yeah, you got to play in a high refresh rate.
Is it a Jackal?
Jackal. Born into Fear. It's a cleaning game.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. You clean a house. Maybe. You're not born in a house.
So is it para?
So you're playing as a cleaner cleaning in like a haunted house. I'm guessing you play in the dark. And one of the things from the video that I put in the Discord is she's like cleaning the wall near a door frame, and the little ghost, whatever it is, pops up right next to the door frame. And, you know, if you jump, it's like, boo. It's like, haha, got you. And disappears. Or I think she was in the kitchen and just cleaning the kitchen and she looked over and saw it in the door frame. Next thing you know is it does that horror scuttle and it's like right in front of her and she's like, shit.
One of the worst ones I've ever
And
seen.
I would hate to play it.
We're getting into horror now. Just quickly though.
I would hate to play it. But I want to.
There's a movie called The Visit. It's a M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movie.
Shyamalan Ding Dong.
And
Benedict Computer Couch.
Benedict Computer Couch.
Yep, that's what I said. Sorry. Go on.
It's Benedict Pumpkin Patch.
No, I tried to say cucumber couch.
Cucumber Couch.
I don't know.
It's called The Visit, right? M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night
Mr. Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. Lama.
Shyamalan.
Yeah, Muchacho was there when I was watching it. There's one bit where the granny's under the house, right? They're playing a game of hide and seek, and all the kids are playing a game of hide and seek. The granny's not supposed to be under there. And if I had more room, I'd do
having
it.
a nap.
And can you hold this for a second? Oh wait, actually, I'll do it in a second. And it's like real tense. The kids are like walking around, they're looking, and then the granny comes. Yeah, hold that for a second. Comes bounding along. She's like on all fours, like she's like, here I come.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I'm pretty good with horror movies. I'm usually pretty good. And I like threw my head back in my hand. Nala was behind me, our cat, and I smacked the cat. The cat went flying.
Poor cat.
And Nala was like, and everyone else was like, what the? And I like almost jumped off the back of the couch. And I don't know why.
See, for me, it's especially in horror movies, little girls. They are terrifying.
Yeah.
Like Fear and the little girl climbing through the vents.
Yeah.
The first time I played that, I was like, nope.
Because they do it good. There's a
the ladder, yeah. Or
there's
in Fear 3, I think you climb through one of the vents and she scuttles at you and then she disappears and you're like, oh,
there's an idea of innocence within children.
Yeah.
And then when that innocence is pure evil,
yep,
it's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, little blonde girl, bob cut.
No.
In a white
little red dress, black hair, bangs.
Same thing, except white dress.
Yep.
Blonde hair, standing out the front of your house with the dress swaying, and she's like, "Hi."
Yeah, so that's just terrifying. See, yeah, no, we're not. Doing
I've
that.
always wanted to get Addie to do that.
Yeah.
Standing out the front of someone's house.
The whole atmosphere.
When they look out the window, and they're like, "What the?" And she's just sitting there going,
"Yeah."
And they go to open up the door, and Addie runs away.
Yeah. Oh, see, that makes it even worse.
I'd love it.
No, I couldn't do it. Autumn
made it scary. Yeah, it was good. It was a good movie.
Autumn would love to do that. She does that now.
I'd love to do that. I just don't have the build.
Like, I was at home the other day and she's like, "Hey, Dad. What you doing?"
Hey, Autumn.
But like, just imagine down here,
looking
up at you like this, going, what are you doing? Why are you
Ladder
like
scare
this?
and fear got me something shocking. I'm very cautious anytime I go down ladders in games now. Oh, Dead Space did that to me.
Yes.
Because Muchacho, he knows what he did.
He knows.
We're playing number 3 with him. And every time we went into an elevator, he's like, just be careful, they're going to come through the vent. And so I'm constantly looking up at this elevator. I'm like, they're going to come through the vent. They never do.
They do.
And then in number 2, I'm like I'm watching, and he's like, don't worry, they don't actually come through the vent. So I lowered my sense of security, and guess what came through the vent?
Came through the vent.
And it scared the crap out of me. I was like,
come through the
jumping,
vent.
like, I was like this.
You know what got me in that game? It's either 1 or 2 where you're in the Metropolis and you got those escalator things, the flat escalators.
Yeah.
The babies. They terrified me.
Yep.
When they sprinted at me, I went the other way. I was like, nope.
I do believe I said you're not allowed to, like, that's unfair. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that.
I can handle the spiky arm boys.
That was in the daycare, just after the daycare, yeah. Because you go through the daycare and I think that's number 2. Yeah.
I can handle the spiky boys. I can handle the yelling and screaming, the jump scares from time to time. But as soon as I walked into that dark place with the escalator, and I went a little bit further, and you can hear a little bit of crying, and you're like, no, walk a little bit further,
nope.
And then a baby scuttles out of
They
nowhere.
do
And
it
you're like,
in
nope.
Dying Light as well.
Yep.
And I was surprised at the Dying Light one because usually they don't go that far with zombies, but they did it. They did in Dying Light, and I was like, I heard the crying. I was like, no, no,
don't want this.
not allowed to do this. And then you get closer, and you're like, you hear, and you're like, no, man, no.
I don't think I want to play this game anymore.
Happen.
Screamed a few times, 7 Days to Die, but not much as they when I played Fade to Silence.
Speaking of zombies, so the director of Resident Evil is starting their own starting another studio.
Ooh,
apparently
Shinji Mikami.
I don't know what this means.
Has seemingly, well, I'm assuming they've started their own studio.
Well, he founded another one in 2010.
Why? Well, fair.
So
Tango Gameworks back in February 2023.
And now he's doing another one.
Wait, left? Oh, so he left. Okay. Under the creators tab is shown alongside Shawber's last sentence read after leaving, he established. Okay. So he has not officially revealed, but a teaser teased his return. Yeah, okay. The first game in the schedule was Tomb Raider. That's fair.
So what I'm hoping this means.
It is a scary game.
What I'm hoping this means
with its triangle titties
is more Resident Evil style zombie games.
You had the controls, which made it even worse. Yeah, of course.
More Resident Evil style zombie games.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about this the other week. Zombies
like
are overdone.
Arcade.
No, like Resident Evil. It's more of a story-based thriller game than it is a hack and slash. I'm gonna walk my way through zombies. So I'm hoping. So he directed The Evil Within, which was a pretty good. Ghostwire Tokyo was that game that we were playing at PAX. Remember that one that we were sitting at the computers and we were playing that that Neo Ninja looking one, and we were like, "What is this?"
I think so.
We were both like, "I really want to play this, but I can't find what it actually is called."
Yeah, I think so.
So that's Ghostwire Tokyo, and he did Hi-Fi Rush, which we've spoken about with Elliot. So
Shadows of the Damned, hella remastered.
I'm keen to see what that means.
The first game that scared you was Croc. Yeah, well, that's 6 to 7. Yeah, that's fair. Croc is terrifying. I don't know. I'd say that's not really news that I personally care about, but it is interesting because like why leave your company and then start another company?
Why are there a lot of people leaving big companies and starting their own companies?
I think you'll find there's a very good reason.
I know, but I feel like it needs to be spoken about.
Companies. Oh, definitely. Like, it's not the mid 2000s anymore. People don't care about games. They do. People don't care about games as much as they did then in the way that they did. Because back then it was a big focus on story, player enjoyability.
Devs don't care about games as much as they did.
I shouldn't have said people,
yeah.
And also I think the internet has really made gaming culture, dev culture, gaming development culture toxic because obviously you've had your deadlines in the past, but
it's enforced.
You released a beta and a large group of people got to try it. 6 months later, or like an alpha, then you release a beta and then you'd go into like bug fix mode and then you'd release the game 2 years later or something like that. Being tested by a group of people, getting their feedback and then, giving it out. People would love it. People would hate it.
Yeah.
Whereas these days, every game and their uncle is releasing an early access game.
Yeah, and every gamer is a accredited reviewer.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm not necessarily being a bad thing. Everybody has an opinion.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. It's good.
It's more
Nose.
I think the waves. Does that make sense? The waves that
they caused?
No, that come in. So it's like
and also the niche people who because they're a niche, but there are enough of them that they have a voice. And because there are enough of them that they have a voice, they scream. And then the normal people who really want to enjoy the game and have honest feedback, who aren't angry about the game, get drained out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but
no. You said exactly what I was.
I'm pretty sure that's basically what happens. And then devs are like, well, people think our game's shit.
Yes. Yeah. It's there was
which is sad.
I can't. What?
Yeah, and tons of people joining early release games complaining about bugs and content. Exactly, Dane. Like you're joining an early access game.
Yeah, this is that's what I'm talking about. It's people jumping into like Nightingale, right?
Yeah. People get mad about that.
Oh yeah.
Really?
We brought up Nightingale.
That game's only been in development for like 3 years.
We brought up Nightingale, and I was like, I hadn't heard anything about it. I downloaded it. I mean, granted, I didn't play it for a while. And I went on the Steam page and had a look at the reviews. It's like, why is this game so buggy?
Because it's an early access game.
It's early access, mate.
Yeah.
What did you expect? There's so many features left out. No shit, Sherlock. It's early access. Tell them about those features.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to make
exactly
improvements.
And yeah, a good example is Bungie giving up on community feedback. Like that is something that's been going on for a little while, sadly. But see, that's also where the review system is a hard thing because you do need it, but there are channels for that sort of stuff, but people don't realize that.
There's Discord.
Yeah, Nightingale's been in development, I think maybe don't quote me on this, like maybe 5 years, if that.
Quoted, drop there.
Because I found it on TikTok about 2 years ago.
It's good. So we won't talk about it yet because next week is the you've got one more week to play it.
Oh shit. Yeah, but like
I've played a decent amount. I can
that's not the right Nightingale saying. 1860. Sorry,
I played enough 2022,
yeah.
Like I said down there.
Not even years. Yeah. And it's going to be full
I've
of
played
bugs.
enough of it that I've got a really good opinion. Like I've got a solid opinion on it.
Yeah, well, I am going to play it. I just,
sticky ways to review, bomb, and manipulate the narrative.
Exactly.
Screaming there's been about Power World.
A lot of devs don't really listen to Steam reviews anymore.
Some of them do because I also went on Reddit and I seen some posts about like responses from the Nightingale crew being like, I kind of wish they had have just like I wish people would tell us about this sort of stuff.
Yeah. No, exactly.
To be fair, it is also Reddit, so maybe none of that has been said whatsoever, but it is legit.
Well, I imagine they're fairly active on TikTok, so I imagine they're going to be active on Reddit and stuff like that. So, and they want community feedback because they want their game to be good, and it is good, but it could be so much more.
Yes. Yeah. Finally, last one before we do change it up a little bit.
Yeah, boy.
Overwatch 2, Blizzard, my friends. Blizzard. Look. Blizzard, you guys have hurt a lot of people.
Yes.
This is not enough. But
so I didn't I'm looking at the title of the article and I'm like, not even registering what it says.
Thank you for at least doing one thing. So for the longest time, Overwatch 2 had their new characters locked behind a battle pass.
Yep.
All right. And that's annoying.
Yep.
Especially like for like me and Sane, or there's others.
Well, it's not. It's just
who has played Overwatch not constantly, but consistently
on and off
since release.
Yeah, on and off for years.
And I've got to pay.
And Destiny.
Is the battle pass a monthly? I'm assuming it is. It's got to be.
Is it?
It's a battle pass. It has to be per season, I'd say.
It's seasonal, yeah. Because that's what Diablo is. Really annoying. Same with Destiny.
It's really annoying.
It is, yeah. Oh, I hate it.
So do I, because you get 3 of those games, and then all of a sudden you're paying excessive amounts
for a freaking season pass. Yeah.
So Overwatch 2 is taking their characters out from behind that that battle pass paywall. I'm fine if they had have brought Overwatch 2 out as a paid game, like you got to pay to play it. No, not pay to play. Like
you buy
it.
Yeah,
I'd be happy with that because that's what I wanted. I wanted when who is the new characters? I don't even know anymore.
Oh.
Weaver or whatever his name is, Life Weaver or whatever.
Well, that blue one's new, isn't it?
Echo, no, she's not new.
You sure?
Yeah. Oh, newish.
It's new to me.
A while ago.
So is Baptiste.
Life Weaver, Ramatra, yeah. And who's that new one there?
Baptiste.
Alluri, is it?
Baptiste is new to me.
How long ago did you play?
Before Baptiste.
Baptiste is ages ago.
Echo, Baptiste, that one, Life Weaver,
Alari.
Ramatra.
Kiriko's new.
And Sojourn.
Yeah, Bap and
Sigma.
Echo were last two from Overwatch 1.
And Sigma's new to me as well.
So you haven't played Overwatch 2 at all?
No, and I refuse.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. No, I have downloaded it. As far as I've gotten because I didn't like what they did. I didn't like that they replaced Overwatch 1 with Overwatch 2. I understand why they did. I didn't like it.
They just did a reskin. But
exactly.
And that's fine if you don't make them pay for it.
Exactly.
But then to do the season passes and stuff like that.
I'm saying exactly a lot right now, but exactly. I liked Overwatch. Loved playing as Mercy. Top tier. Yeah. I hated every other character. Didn't hate every other character. I really liked the lore of the game. Really sad that I didn't do a single player thing because I would have loved to have played that and explored the lore and just, play the character stories. Still, played it, loved it. When they announced Overwatch 2, I was like, heck yes. I'm going to be able to continue playing Overwatch 1 while exploring Overwatch 2 because it's probably going to have a single player campaign. Yeah. But then they were like, bye-bye. Now Overwatch 2 is Overwatch. And I was like, you know what? No.
And that's exactly it. So they've majorly fucked up with Overwatch as a whole, though. Yes. Which is true. Because they've dug themselves in a hole so far, and now they're just trying to, they're making it look like they're trying to build themselves out, but what they're really saying is like, hey, can you guys throw us a rope?
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things that, on Blizzard, one of the things that they've actually done for WoW recently is they're introducing us like a friggin' Battle Royale PvP at the moment.
Okay, weird.
Which is, honestly, there's so much feedback about it, and pretty much all of it's negative.
Fortnite, WoW?
Yeah. Like on the Facebook pages that I'm in and some of the Reddit threads that I'm following and stuff like that, the people who it's grindy as all hell, which World of Warcraft is, but this is just stupid because it's a limited time event, 6 weeks or something like that, and it's really hard to level through.
They're just testing it, yeah.
And it's there's so much negativity about it because people just don't want it. They don't care.
Yeah.
They want new expansions and new features and overhaul the stuff that's already in the game, make it better. Not proceed to break it further. And I love WoW. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely love it. But I haven't played in many, many months now since we last played.
Yes, yeah. Which I had a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
The only issue I had was time.
We need to go back.
Yeah.
Maybe we should stream that.
We could.
Yeah. Maybe, one night a week or something maybe one night a month or something, do some WoW.
Yeah. One night a week.
Last Epoch.
Last Epoch is from what I understand, Diablo done right.
What? Diablo was done right?
No, number 4.
Well, if you want to go down that, you go play Path of Exile.
Is it similar?
Which is incredibly difficult. I watched
Elliot play it.
I've seen looks like something of it.
And I've seen Galaxy talk about it.
Is it free? Because maybe I'll go download it tonight and not play
No,
it.
it's $30.
Oh, maybe I'll go buy it.
No, play Nightingale.
You can't control me.
No, but the podcast can.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be real awkward next week when I come in and I'm like, so how's Game Club? How did you guys like Nightingale? And you're like, I haven't played it.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Animal.
Apparently, it's so it's got a really in-depth character leveling system. So you've got subclass masteries. So you got masteries, subclass masteries, and then there's another set of masteries underneath that. And you can really go real heavy on how you build your character. The story is supposed to be really good. The gameplay loop is amazing. I really want to play it. But at the same time, and it's multiplayer. But time. Maybe we can do this for our next months. We need to talk about that next week, actually. What our thing will be.
We need to talk about a lot of things.
Yes.
No, I look, I'm more than happy to give it a go because look, I love WoW. I like MMOs for the most part. I played Black Desert back in the day. I played, I used to like watching, I think it was the Lazy Peon on YouTube, go through and do, you know, how was it? Like I played the Knights of the Republic MMO and loved that, and like watched all those YouTubers explore what the up and coming MMOs, and like I played quite a few of them, and Terra I absolutely loved, and it seems like a game I need to look at. I love when you can make a character actually feel how you want it to. Exactly. And
like,
you
can tweak it.
That's one of the things that I like about Path of Exile is that there's that much customization in that game.
And that's what it's compared to.
Freaking insane.
Like a lot of people that I've watched talk about it have compared it to Path of Exile.
Yeah.
But then also saying like, are you missing out on Diablo 4? Like, no, are you not satisfied with Diablo 4? Yeah, that's it. Last Epoch seems to have stolen a massive amount of Diablo's.
Wouldn't know. I haven't played Diablo since season 2.
Are you not satisfied with Diablo 4? Well, come across to
you know what?
Last Epoch.
I've probably seen a video like that, and that's why I know this, because
yeah.
Oh, I might have to go have a look at it tonight.
Yeah.
Not play it, but you know, have a look.
But wow.
I know. We've been talking for a long time.
That was just the gaming news. Let's skip all the other topics now.
We have other topics?
We did, but we've been going for about an hour and a half, yeah? Hour and 15.
Well, what did we have to talk about?
I had a couple other things to talk about, but that's all right. I can leave it for another night. But yeah, so last week we were meant to have the lovely Boxes of Foxes on the stream.
Boxes of Foxes in Boxes of Foxes.
But I was, like I said, I was unfortunately sick. So this week, Teagues and a whole bunch of others are at TGX.
We were supposed to be, but we had some issues. Personal issues, not.
So hopefully they're having a good time. Fingers crossed.
I
Most of them should be down there by now. Which does mean that next week, though, we will be having the lovely Boxes of Foxes on.
Boxes of Foxes.
And then.
Do
I announce it this week, or do I announce it next week?
And then?
I'll announce it next week. We've got our next guest lined up for the week after as well. It's going to be a double
whammy.
A back-to-back guest situation. And it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. Gonna be fun.
I'm not gonna say let's give a teaser, because last time you were just like, let's just say that Foxes.
You know, no, I won't even say that.
No, because you're just gonna let it go.
You could just no.
But that's gonna be it for the podcast section, guys. Thank you all for hanging out with us. I do appreciate it. Do you have anything coming up?
If anybody wants any pictures of Anthony's feet,
no.
I'm just kidding. Do I have anything coming up?
Content wise, are you streaming soon?
I'm trying to. Everything's set up. I'll be streaming off of the Level Up Lounge, hopefully over the next few weeks, to just explore some games and, you know, obviously spend some time with our lovely co-host here, and just try and push this channel a little bit and get it out there and grow it a little bit, and also get myself into some content creation.
So
and
that'll be on the Level Up Lounge.
It'll be on the Level Up Lounge. I would do it on my own channel, but the whole point is to try and help grow this one at the same time. So it's just easy to do it all one. Everything's set up. Stream Deck's all set up. Got my microphone set up. I'm going to try and get another one. Where can I purchase these pictures? Asking for a friend. Message me later. I don't know. As soon as I get some time, because like I go to work. I work 7 to 4.
More than fair enough. I fully understand. I haven't done this yet.
Most days, Monday to Wednesday, I'm trying to go to the gym, trying to lose a little bit of weight, and then Thursday, don't you look at me like that. And then Thursdays, Zoe works late.
Yep.
So she doesn't finish till like 6:37. So by the time I get home, it's 8:39. I have a shower. Sit down, I'm just like, ugh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I probably do have the energy to stream for an hour or two, but at the same time, it's like,
I'd rather watch maths.
See, yeah, exactly. See now, Married at First Sight. I think 2 more episodes before the end of everything. So I got that, and
2 more episodes till you gain my respect back.
Exactly. And then obviously Fridays we do the podcast, and
it's hard.
I
get it. Yeah, I get it.
I think it's probably gonna. I'm just gonna have to.
You'll figure it out whenever.
I'm gonna have to force a day. At the moment, it's going to be very random scheduling. Honestly, whenever I have a chance, probably mainly Saturdays and Sundays, because those are the days that I'm free. I agree with you, Ant. Just not to those shows. Yeah,
No,
fair,
just
fair.
no to those shows.
No. Get with the program, Chaotix. Yeah, it's just whenever.
Yeah.
And basically whatever. Going to be trying to do our game of the month sort of thing. So Nightingale obviously this month and whatever we choose next month.
I will 100% be streaming Nightingale over the next 7 days. I don't know when. It'll probably end up being maybe Sunday night, Monday night, and that's probably about it.
I might have to pop in and join you.
Yep. But I'll figure it out as well. I do want to set it
just to get myself some experience in the game. Not to jump into your stream or anything. Just fair. Get in and actually play the damn thing because I just don't have the time otherwise.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Whereas if I force myself to, then I've got an excuse like, hey, no, I've got to sit down with Ant and I've got to play this game. Yeah, and then I can rush people off.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can find me over
Where can we find you, Anthony?
twitch.tv/AnthonyYTG.
Oh,
if you
Mr.
want to see some pretty cool Minecraft style stuff. We're also playing
number 2 in the world for longest running hardcore no totem world.
Oh, I don't know anymore. Did you this stuff changes
number 1?
Quick. No. There could have been someone that's come up at number 2. I'm not
I
sure.
refuse. They don't exist.
But
where else can we find you? Instagram?
Yeah,
Twitter?
all the different
TikTok?
socials.
You stream over on TikTok.
I do stream on TikTok, which
That's
is not
popping
Minecraft.
off?
That's it's a couple of other games.
Just other games.
You
can find me on Instagram, the Drop Bear King. Yeah. TikTok. I haven't put anything up there except for 2 videos from the first time I stream, which have like 400 views each, which is nice. Twitter. Find me on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. And a few other places.
And the podcast, if you are listening, guys, and you want to join us live.
You want to send them on?
Oh, somebody put the link in the chat. Chaotix can't do it.
If you want to... You always interrupt me when I'm doing our outro.
Sorry. Outro time.
If you want to find us on the live stream, it is twitch.tv/Level Up Lounge Podcast.
The Level Up Lounge Podcast.
No, not the Level Up Lounge Podcast.
And
searching up Level Up Lounge Podcast on most of the socials will get you to where you need to go.
Yeah, boy.
I think. Thank you once again for watching and listening.
Do we have our own personal socials in? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your outro again there. In the stuff, or should we do that later?
We should do it. We'll do a link tree or something.
Yeah.
Probably should put it in the show notes as well. Actually.
Yes.
If you've got any questions that you'd like us to
because then they can go look at that photo that I tagged you in. Don't you? Me.
If you've got any questions you'd like to ask us, or want some topics that you want us to talk about, or maybe you've got some questions for some of the guests as well, please send us an email at the Level Up Lounge Podcast at gmail.com.
Yes.
And
also, if you have any game suggestions or like anything you might want to see us talk about, or any sort of questions you might want answered on stream, the business email is where you can reach us to do that. Like, you have any mental health questions you want asked, or you say we have a guest and you want a specific question asked for them, go ahead and send it to us there, or really anywhere where you can find either of us. We'll probably do our best to reply, but preferably there. Yeah.
After this, we are going to be sticking around and playing 60 seconds reatomize. So for those on the live stream, if you want to check that out, it's a lot of fun. It'll be chaotic.
I'm hoping
so. Otherwise, we're going to take a quick break and
thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. See you next time.
Bye.